Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Cover Zero podcast, the show where I cover the least in the best way possible. I'm your host, Jason Wells, and Week 11 is in the books, and honestly, it was a really boring weekend. There was not a lot of good games. We'll talk about them in the recap, though. I have Spillz and Chew joining me this week. Both two teams where I did not see the Chargers or the Pats being where they are at this point. We'll talk about it. Other than that, sorry I didn't post much last week. I'm starting snow removal shifts as I do live in Canada and we get lots of snow here. So yeah, my sleep schedule is all fucked up. Usually I'm sleeping at this time. It is 7:20 p.m. So yeah, that's all messed up. But yeah, I guess let's get right into it with the Week 11 recap and the pick'em with first time two other guests. We pick from all the games but one. So yeah, let's get into it with Spillz and Chew. Hi, I'd now like to welcome back on two guys. Spillz, Chew, how are we doing?
Great. How about you?
I'm doing.
Yeah. I don't think that we thought we'd be at this point in the season and the Patriots would be ahead of the Chargers and the Chargers would be wedged in between the Jets and the Colts in the Hunt graphic. So that's fun.
I expected it. So
no, nothing.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay, there we go.
Just really have no words at this point.
Okay. I guess we'll go right into it. Start with the game from last night, Monday Night Football. Niners 38, Cardinals 10. This is what you have to expect from this game, especially the Cardinals without Kyler. That Niners defense in the last 3 weeks has allowed 185 total yards in just the second half, and also no points in the second half in the last 3 games. So that's nuts. That offense is efficiently ran by Mr. Jimmy G. Nothing more you can say about that. He did his role. I know, Chew, you're going to say something here, but
he played spectacular, I thought. All those throws were on the money.
Spillz, anything?
Even against the Chargers the week before, he puts good throws against the blitz, man. I don't know where it is. I'd like to see his stats and advanced analytics against the blitz when he's getting peppered and just has to throw the ball away. Always puts it in the right spot, right on the money. I don't know where it is, but he still has those throws, and it's like what are you doing? But he's been pretty damn efficient the last couple weeks, and again, this is just more of this, and they'll be hard to beat in the NFC, just considering how weak the NFC is. But
yeah, that Niners offense is really fucking talented. So Jimmy G, though, he had 228 yards average. That's an average day. Let's be honest, yards wise. I don't have that down. I didn't write it down. But so between Kittle, CMC, and Debo, they had 143 yak yards. And that's not including
20 for 29, 4 tubs.
Yeah.
Yes.
And 143 of those yards were yak. So his weapons help a lot. The Niners are really good. They're a contender, but Jimmy G is Jimmy G. Let's not overblow what he's doing. He's a fantastic game manager, but he's a game manager.
But yeah.
How is he a game manager when he throws 4 touchdowns and no picks? That's not a game manager. That's MVP level numbers.
He had 228 yards and more than
he had a
half
drop touchdown. He was super efficient, same efficiency, threw 24 passes at 220 yards against the Chargers. Oh, he had no touchdowns. Ayuk dropped a perfect pass in the end zone for a touchdown. They ran the ball inside the 5 instead of just throwing it in. That's a huge inflation to the numbers. He could have easily had 4 touchdowns and no picks.
No, I'm stopping you. No,
he's playing
no,
at an elite level of quarterback player.
He's not playing MVP level football. Let's settle down. He's playing good football.
Yeah.
And if he can play like this, they'll probably go to the Super Bowl. but we've seen in the games like the Rams where all he had to do was play like this.
And
He
that,
didn't
that
play
was
like
his
this.
only loss before the Super Bowl in the playoffs ever. He's been a starter for 2 years, full seasons. He's lost in the Super Bowl and he's lost in the NFC Championship game. Who else can say that? Not many quarterbacks.
Why?
That's all I'll say.
No. He's an efficient quarterback on a very talented team. We're leaving it at that with the Niners. The Cardinals, do we have to say anything or can we just move on? Like
DeAndre Hopkins is still a top 3
I
receiver in
would-
the NFL.
yeah, he's
Yes.
fantastic.
I would also like to say that Colt McCoy is an actual good backup quarterback.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
He actually didn't play that bad. The Niners
Yeah.
defense just
No, and again, they fired some coaches today. There was also did you catch what the incident was in Mexico? Or
I heard a coach got fired over an incident in Mexico and that Hard Knocks has the tapes.
yeah, so something happened and someone got gassed. I think it was the O-line coach or something.
Yes, and the
Nice.
Patriots play them soon, so it's good.
I mean that should be an easy win regardless. But yeah. Cardinals, like maybe it'll look a little better once Hollywood and Kyler come back. But I mean, Kyler hasn't played since Warzone's dropped, so who knows what he's doing right now. We'll move all the way back though. Thursday night football. Just when you thought the Packers might have some life in them, not a chance. Titans 27, Packers 17. Mike Vrabel, one hell of a coach. I don't know what much more you can say. Tannehill had a great game. He played also very efficiently, Chew. But without those weapons, that was Tannehill's best game of the year.
That was Tannehill's best game of the year. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we saw Traylon Burks come to life. Not that he's gonna be AJ Brown. Maybe. I don't know. They drafted him to be an AJ Brown. They have a similar build. I don't know. Just they need some production from someone, and it's time for him to step up now that he's healthy.
Is Ryan Tannehill a top 5 all-time career passer rating? Does he have that or no?
Who cares?
Jimmy G does have that, right?
Yeah, I don't care.
I'm just saying, if you want to compare their efficiency, the efficiency.
You're the one who
was off
constantly
the charts
says
for one,
don't use
not
passer
off the
rating
charts
as a
for another
stat,
guy.
but
I actually cannot be moved at all by passer rating. Like, who cares?
No,
That's why I know. I'm not moved by passer rating either, but it's
Okay,
also,
so why'd you bring it up?
Don't bring it up.
Okay,
measures
so
efficiency.
enough. Back to the Titans.
Okay, back to the Titans.
Chopping this garbage off.
They will go as far as Derrick Henry takes them, and he's their only hope. And the defense is really good because they have a good coach, but it's going to get exposed against good offenses. Like the Bengals, I think, will probably expose them this week because they have no corners. Yeah, that's what I think about the Titans. I'm not very high on the Titans. I just think that they're better coached right now than the Packers are, and the Packers are just the most inconsistent team in football right now. They look good against the Cowboys, and then they can't win at home. So
I think the Titans are going to absolutely steamroll the Bengals on Sunday.
Ooh, there we go. There's a hot take.
Yeah, it's going to look a lot like the playoff game, except this time around, the Bengals D isn't as hot as it was running into the playoffs. They don't have. Well, they might get Jamar Chase back, but we'll see. I don't trust them to block Joe Burrow.
It's that's completely valid, but yeah, like the Titans are 7-3 right now, and wins matter. It's kind of nuts that they're 7-3. No one saw the Titans making the playoffs was probable because the division's such shit, but 7-3, you got to give them props there. Packers on the other side, I don't know. The season's done.
Yeah.
What now? I have no idea what the Packers' plan is moving forward to 2020.
Run the table.
I don't even want to talk about the Packers this year. I want to talk about what they're going to do for 2023.
Be something if they had a guy like Devontae Adams on their team to help out right now, but
it all depends on what 12 does. Then when he makes up his mind if he wants to come back, they're gonna have to sign a receiver. That's for sure. I don't know what else.
I think they have to fire Matt LaFleur. I think there's no way around this. You're kind of. I need to see the contract details, but I'm pretty sure they're stuck with Rodgers' contract. They can't just move off of Rodgers' deal right now. So you're not going to sit him. You're not going to trade him. And it's not working right now. You've seen some frustration from Rodgers with LaFleur this year. You're kind of financially obligated. I think it's time to move on from LaFleur and then try something new. And then you got, again, a 1 to 2 year window before you're able to move out off of Rodgers, and then you go from there. But
yeah, I think like another like quick like a lot of teams really need a quarterback right now. Jordan Love still is there. I don't know if you could get like a day 2 pick from him, might be worth a flyer. I have no idea. I doubt someone will give him a 3rd round pick, but there's only looking like there's Stroud and Bryce Young for QBs in the draft this year, and everyone else is hit or miss. So
we'll talk about the college quarterbacks at a later date. I don't want to hear it with Bryce Young.
No, well, like that's the thing.
Forget Bryce Young.
Bryce Jones.
Consensus.
Oh yeah, Bryce Jones, Chibi.
Bruce Jones. There we go. And yeah, last note for the Packers: Christian Watson now has 5 touchdowns on the season in 2 games. So,
like, oh really?
And Rodgers had great throws on a lot of those, so I'll give him credit. Rodgers is actually his play hasn't really slipped from what I've seen.
No, he doesn't have a wide receiver 1 anymore. It is what it is. But
I think they can convince Rodgers to retire. I don't think he wants to play anymore, to be honest.
No.
I think him and Brady are just both doing what they can to get their path to San Francisco, to end their career there. It's a race between them. Whoever's going to get there first. We'll see who gets there.
We'll move to the Sunday games. Actually, hold on. I'm going to put a pause on this for a second. I think I got chicken. All right. All good? Okay. All right. Moving along to the Sunday slate. We'll start with Eagles 17, Colts 16. The Eagles really just squeaked this one out. I still like the Eagles a lot. They finally managed to stop the run after they've been gashed in previous weeks. They did sign Linval and Sue. Spills, don't the Chargers have a ton of injuries on the defensive tackle spot?
We'll talk about the Chargers later.
Yeah. But yeah, Philly. So I don't know. I wasn't overly impressed. They got the win, but is what it is.
So Howie Roseman knows how to build around quarterback on a rookie deal. He's making all the right moves for a young quarterback on a rookie deal. You load up on the D line, you load up on the O line, you get some speed on the outside. They, again, have everything they need at every position to be successful. They're winning games that, again, I know they have their Mickey Mouse schedule, but again, they're winning football games. So they're not going to be an easy out in the playoffs. I don't know if they'll get the 1 seed. Probably will, because again, they have the easiest schedule and there's not too much competition from the other NFC teams that are just a little too far behind at this point. Like, I don't see them getting to a point where they have 4 losses, and are the Niners really going to run the table? I don't know. I think it's just too much of a discrepancy right now. So they'll probably have home field.
Mm-hmm.
But again, Hurts is kind of taking a step back in the passing game, at least in the last couple of weeks. But again, like, what are they going to play perfect for 17 games?
And like, that's the thing, like the Colts do have a good defense.
Yeah.
Like, if the offense wasn't so incompetent, and when they tried to tank for like 3 weeks there, like, the Colts aren't bad. They just kind of lost their identity, and their identity is run the football well and play good defense and just hope that you can squeak out wins. Kind of like the Patriots, but
We can talk about the Patriots whenever you want today.
There's one last note there without
coming up soon.
Missing Goddard again, like having just a safety blanket like him in that offense is really big for Hurts. So we'll see what they can do, and it's going to be a little bit more difficult in the passing game. I'm not saying that he doesn't have enough weapons anymore. He still does, but just having a secure tight end that you can rely on in the middle of the field really just helps out. So I think the
Mhm.
passing game will be a little stalled for the next couple weeks while he's out, and we'll have to manage without him.
Mhm.
Yeah. I also,
And
sorry, go
with
ahead.
the Colts also, so like that Broncos stat where the Broncos would be like 8-1 if the offense would score 18 points. The Colts would be 8-3 if the offense scored 21. So it just shows how piss poor the Colts offense has been the entire season. Next game up, this is really a nothing game. Saints 27, Rams 17. Saints had cool uniforms.
Yeah.
That's about it.
And
I
Tutu
think,
Atwell caught a dime from Matt Stafford.
yeah, he finally showed up after what? He was a second round pick, right?
Think so.
Yeah, I probably overdrafted though, but yeah, he ended up being
Yeah,
a
no
second round
shit.
pick.
uh yeah, I honestly like same thing for the Saints. Like, what are they looking forward to in 2023? Nothing. Like, I think they have one player that they can build around, and that's Olave.
They're still in the Drew Brees like cap hell from those years when they loaded up. They're s- they're just
Yeah,
they're getting old. I think the Saints are I gotta go rebuild mode probably first season to get back where they want to be.
yeah. And again, I
But
don't know what kind of assets they can get for Sean Payton's rights, because he's not just going to be a free agent. He's
True.
still
it's
Yeah.
they
true.
still hold him hostage technically.
They'll get
And
two
not a great
first.
way to put it, but like they do. So they can get something out of that too, because there ain't no way he's going there. I'll tell you that much.
Mhm.
And there's no way. I know Mickey Loomis does his magic. They're not acquiring any high profile quarterback anytime soon. It's just not happening unless they get him through the draft, which they can't
No,
do because they traded their pick for Trevor Penning.
yeah, no, like they completely have to sell. They have to shed some of those big contracts this offseason because
Kamara's not going to be there. You can guarantee that Kamara's not going to be there next
well, that's
year.
the thing, and he's already going to be
He's also going
suspended.
to be suspended for his
Exactly.
Vegas
So
incident.
yeah, but like really, their only young, good building piece is Olave, and everyone else who is good on that team has hit their peak or
Yeah.
is coming down. So it's tough for the Saints. Another team that who knows what the fuck they're going to do, the Rams. The Rams offense actually looked pretty good without Cup for the first little bit. Then Stafford got hurt, and then that was that. It seemed like they were relying on Cup, like that was the whole focal point, and now he was out. They actually had to rely on other things, and it was working for a bit, but now Bryce Perkins is the potential starter for the Rams. So,
It's
yikes.
tough.
Yeah.
Cam Akers was kind of running okay too, and it looks like they're probably going to give him the reins at this point because Daryl Henderson has been waived. So
Kyron Williams back for
Kyron
the
Williams as well is
Yeah.
going to chime in a little more. We'll see. But again, those are both useless teams and absolutely off the radar. And I can't believe I had to listen to your piece on the Saints and you freaking convinced me to take them to win the division. Unbelievable. They might not win another game after this
I
game this
wish I
year.
was there. That would have
Oh
been
my god, I'm
when I
so
heard
stupid. It was
Saints are gonna
so
win
the
the
Bucks.
division. Oh,
So the Bucks. I got brainwashed by these.
Hey, I mean,
Horrible.
yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Bucks might run the table here.
the Bucks are gonna.
Never
That's
the
another thing
Saints.
I was gonna say about the Eagles was I think the Bucks are gonna walk through them. But
The divorce
we'll talk
Tom
about the
Brady is
Bucks a little
2-0.
bit later.
Yeah, like the whole NFC is just completely wide open. Like I think that I don't know, I can see any of the teams really make it through. Like Eagles, Cowboys, Niners, Bucks, Vikings. I think those are the 5 teams, unless I'm forgetting someone.
And again, all of those defenses, except I think the only matchup that's like really favorable for the Eagles is probably Minnesota. But
Oh, the
those other
Cowboys.
teams, the Niners, the Bucks, and the Cowboys, I know Philly had their way in the first game, but again, Cooper Rush, it's a different game. Those 3 defenses are going to give Hurts some problems in the playoffs.
Definitely.
So anything's possible.
All right. Now my wings are ready, so I'm gonna pause them or pause this and go deal with it.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't realize I didn't have tongs to flip the wings, so I had to use 2 spoons. So that's what I was just doing there. But okay. Clap, we're in. Next game up, Bears 24, Falcons 27. The Falcons, congrats, they won a game. I guess the story from this game is Cordero Patterson, the most kick returns in NFL history now with 8 or 7?
9.
9. Okay, okay. Yeah, 9. So that's fantastic. He probably has a chance at the Hall of Fame now. I mean, if Devin Hester is going to get in, which is if Devin Hester is good to get in, I think CPAT has a case.
Absolutely. He's the best special teams returner of all time.
Yes, he has a case, but I don't know if he gets in right now. He'd have to keep going for maybe a couple more years.
I agree, but there's a case nonetheless. But Atlanta, and then Kyle Pitts is out for the year after not using him at all the entire season. He just
they won't even notice.
Body quit on him. He said, "I don't want to play for the Falcons anymore."
Yeah, that's a guy that I wish he got drafted somewhere else. Because teams could use him properly.
I just think they need a quarterback. I don't think they can run a proper offense when you have.
So that's a team that I'm looking at right now. They're not going to be like low enough in the draft. Can they take a flyer on Jordan Love? Like, what have they seen from Ritter? Do they want to try out Ritter first? I don't know.
I think Arthur Smith came out and said that they won't play Ritter till they're out of playoff contention. So,
which might not happen.
I've read stuff that say that Desmond Ritter looks really, really bad in practice.
That's the other thing too.
Yeah.
So who knows? They definitely need an upgrade at quarterback because they do. Like Pitts will be back healthy next year. The running backs are good. Drake London has looked good when he's played. So it's all next year. And another team that's going to be focusing on 2023, the Bears. Not the worst thing to take this loss though, because right now I think they're picking top 5 still in the draft. So I think they might be 3.
Yeah, they could get some really talented players to get to they got to draft an offensive player to help out Fields for sure. Because an O-lineman, the best O-lineman available, the best receiver available, I don't know. But like Fields is playing his ass off. Like, I mean, he's playing like a top 15 quarterback in the NFL right now in his second year in the league, which is really impressive on one of the worst teams in the NFL. So good for him. And he's a defensive coach too. He doesn't even have a new offensive coach or anything. It's just Fields is rolling.
Yeah, Fields has looked great. They just, they really need a fucking offensive line. But even he's banged up now, and there was a report that he might get shut down for the season. Not the worst thing for draft stock wise, because that would probably put you right up there for Will Anderson, which would be nice because that defense fucking sucks. They need help on the offense, but they'll have a ton of cap room where they can.
That's what I was going to say. The same thing.
Try to buy
you can buy more of your offense. Like Will Anderson is the player to get this draft, and if you're picking first overall, I don't think they need Jamar Chase right now.
Yeah, but there isn't a Chase in this draft.
They're too far. They're too far from a Jamar Chase. They need to do patchwork on the offense first, and then go for a guy for a Jamar Chase wherever he's going to come from. I don't know when the next Jamar Chase is just going to be available.
You'd be reaching probably in the top 5. Well, it depends where they're picking, right? If they're in the top 5, then Will Anderson does make a lot of sense. I mean, he's probably the best player in the draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like the Bears, they do have like some pretty decent weapons. I mean, Cole Kmet had that sick one-handed grab.
He's looking good.
And then Claypool, he'll get his feet under him in that system. I still like Claypool as like a wide receiver, 2 anyways. And Darnell Mooney, wide receiver 2, maybe 3. They do need a for sure number 1 guy.
Yeah.
But there's stuff around Fields for him to make it work. It's that offensive line is they need to just spend a shit ton of money on that and try to fix it. But enough about those because they're fucking shit. On to another. Yeah, honestly, this entire slate was just bad. There was not a lot of good games.
Yeah.
But because this next game up, yeah. Commanders 23, Texans 10. All right, so next
That
game
happened on
up,
Sunday?
huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That happened on Sunday?
yeah. That's like the only thing. Chase Young is coming back next week, so
Mhm.
or this week I should say. So that's exciting.
Well, did they say that he's coming back, or did they just activate him because they had to activate him and just make him inactive?
No, he's been practicing.
Like he's gonna play?
Yeah.
Because I know they're running out to their deadline for when they activated him. So again, yeah, that'll be a big ad because again, their defenses look pretty good.
Yeah.
And like in Chase Young, yeah.
It's absolutely nuts that the Commanders are 6-5. Like if they had a quarterback, this team would be nice.
Heineke's kind of a baller though.
He is, but he's not like he's not someone who you're gonna sign to a contract and be like, yeah, you're gonna start for me.
No,
Just Ryan Fitzpatrick reincarnated.
But like you can go on a Case Keenum run with Taylor Heineke.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can. But like they don't have the roster around him. I'm saying like if Taylor Heineke played for that Vikings team, the same thing would happen.
No,
I'm not convinced. I'm sure they're pretty similar rosters at this point.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like he's throwing to like Scary Terry. Curtis Samuel's had a career resurgence this year. The offensive line's pretty good. Brian Robinson and Gibson seem to have something going with that duo.
They just got Dotson back.
Yeah,
let's be honest. That's like a not a great running duo. And
I think it's fine.
The O-line is pretty mid.
How many teams have a better running back duo than that?
I can think of
10. They're definitely mid pack to above mid pack.
Not yours. Sorry, not the Chargers. But
I
think Miami's running back room over that.
Yeah. I mean,
Miami's running back room over
is very good.
Jets, when they have Breece Hall, I would take over them. I would take the Bills running back room. I would take.
No, you wouldn't take the Bills running back room.
Yeah, I would.
I don't know. I like that's the thing.
James Cook.
I think James Cook is going to be good, but he's just like
it's better than Brian Robinson and Antonio Gibson.
Yeah, like I just think the Commanders, like the running backs, like they're fine, but they're not guys that you're going to give a second contract to.
No.
Yeah.
So,
Scary Terry is definitely the number one wide receiver in the league.
Yes. 100%. Yeah, I'm shocked we actually spent this much time talking about the Commanders, but we'll talk about the Texans for a little bit. They're going to be picking a quarterback first overall in 2023. So whether that be Stroud or Bryce Young, I guess we'll see. There's talk about them benching Davis Mills. I don't know why you would do that. I don't know what the point is really. So other than that, go Texans.
Yep.
Derek Stingley's very good. Still hasn't allowed a receiving touchdown.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I thought he got cooked in one game.
Yeah, but he didn't give up a touchdown.
Hasn't given up a touchdown. Yeah. I think he's like there's like two corners who haven't given up a touchdown or something like that, and he's one of them.
All right. Well, we can move on to again one of the worst games of the afternoon. Jets 3, Pats 10. This game just sucked to watch. Like, yeah, this game sucked to watch.
Okay, so I actually rewatched it, and when you watch the tape, Mac Jones actually did not play a bad game. Like the O-line, that was the worst performance I've ever seen from a Patriots O-line in the last like 15 years at least. Like there was literally never a drop back where Mac just dropped back and it was a clean pocket. Like there was not a single time. He had to dump it off. He went like 23 of 27, no touchdowns because it was windy. Literally every single time we got in the red zone, we would run the ball in 3rd and 2 and not pick it up. Like there was nothing Mac could have done.
Weather wasn't an excuse though.
It's not an excuse. We won the game. But
oh fucking Christ! Oh, yeah, special teams in the game. Not Mac Jones did not.
I think the play calling was really bad. The O line was really bad, and the defense was what it was. It does that every week. So
Is Mac Jones the fourth best Jones on the team, Chew?
Hmm. He's
You got
definitely
Jack,
he's
you got
definitely the
Marcus, and you got
third.
Jonathan.
So Jonathan and Jack are definitely better than him.
Yeah.
Marcus
The
is
guy
just
who won the
a
game.
punt returner right now. No, so I'll give him. He's the third best Jones on the team.
I don't know. Spills, you got anything to say about the Patriots current wild card team?
They won't be there at the end of the year. Let's not
There
be
we go.
stupid here. They're very solid defensively. They're just way too limited offensively, and that'll be the same issue with the Jets. Like when we get to the Jets, but these are just two teams that have very solid defenses. I'm not going to look too much into who they've played, what quarterbacks they've played. I don't care. These are two, I would like to say, probably top 5 defenses at the end of the day that happen to sit in the same division. But again, neither team can move the ball, and it's gonna be a problem to get them both in the playoffs. So we'll see.
We have a running game. The Jets don't. And
The Jets had a running game.
the difference
Yeah, the
there.
Jets had one. So did you guys hear my Pats stat last week on the podcast?
I definitely heard it, but I don't remember what it is.
All right. Well, Pats have played 21 games where their opponents are 500 or below, and they're 16-5 in those games, and that's since Tom Brady's left. So the Pats just like beating up on bad teams. That's 71 and it's fine. You have to play who's in front of you, but it's I don't know, it's been every year since Brady's left, and it's like these Pats, like they're not a great team. They're not a good team, and then they just constantly win, and it bugs the shit out of me because this isn't a team that's going to do an amount to anything. But they just hang around because Bill Belichick is that good of a defensive coach.
So you're right. The Patriots have never beaten good teams ever. Let's just say that.
Not since Brady left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Patriots
Okay.
beat good teams. That's who the Patriots are. They've beaten good teams and that won a million Super Bowls because they've beaten good teams.
We're not talking about the Super Bowls, man. Enough. He literally just said in the last 3 years since they've left, they've had a cupcake schedule and have been doing well against
We
trash
missed the
teams.
playoffs once. The dynasty's never ended.
Got freaking rinsed, man, by the Bills in the playoffs. Enough. Patriots stink.
There
They
you
have a
go.
good defense. That's it.
Every year.
And
We'll see.
they're also gonna handle the Vikings on Thursday. I don't make the rules, but they're gonna take care of the Vikings on Thursday. I'll tell you that
There
much.
we go.
Perfect.
There's a take, but that's
They
enough.
still stink though.
There we go. Yeah, that's enough Patriots talk. The Jets. That Jets defense is really fucking good. I mean, Chew, you said it. That was like the offensive line's worst performance. I think the Quinnen Williams is going to be an all-pro, which you look at that. Fuck, when he was coming out of the draft and wearing braces, baby faced, now he's just dominating everybody. You love to see it. Zach Wilson, though, absolutely zero accountability. Goes up, he gets a layup of a question. Hey, do you think you let the defense down today? No. All you had to say was, yeah, I'm accountable. I didn't do my job well. But no, he doesn't have a fucking clue. I hate Zach Wilson so much. He's the third best quarterback on his team. Flacco is better. Flacco has more touchdowns than him currently, even though Flacco hasn't played for 2 months. Passing touchdowns, I should say. It's just, yeah. The Jets would be so much better. If they traded for Jimmy G in the offseason, like, man, they'd be a contender.
Yeah, and again, you go back to the draft process, and I think a lot of us were on the same page. Just didn't really make sense. Wasn't adding up when there were all the rumors with Zach Wilson at 2. I couldn't buy it. Said this guy's a fraud. It's unbelievable. The pick was so clearly Justin Fields, and to think if this team had Justin Fields right now, where they would be. Come on, it makes no sense. And even Fields, like after the game, like went to the room, went to his boys and said, hey, like defense, you played good enough to win. Like I let you down today. And everyone's rallying around Justin Fields. He's the type of leader you want on your team. And you have this moron, Zach Wilson. saying the garbage that he's been saying this year. Anyways, he's going to be benched this week, and if it's not this week, it's going to be next week because the leash is there's no more room on the leash. It's over. It's they're going to have to go to Flacco, and they'll probably be better off with Flacco.
The cooked product. He's done.
That's it. No, that's they actually you like to call him Mormon Manziel. They put up a graphic. I think number for number, it's right there. So
This is my Zach Wilson comparison. Is he's Sam Darnold talent? All the talent's there, right? But he has Baker Mayfield's brain. So
that's a really bad quarterback.
That's like Zach Wilson, he had 9 completions and the Jets punted 10 times. Like, come on, man. It's bad. Yeah, so like with the Jets, really good roster. It's a team that like should be competing right now. The quarterback's just holding them back. That's the one thing they have to fix. I don't know how they're going to do that. So many teams need a quarterback. There's not a lot coming in the draft. We've just been talking about this, but something's going to happen. Zach Wilson is not the guy. We'll move on, though. Next game up, Lions 31, Giants 18. The Lions are now 3-0 since losing to the Dolphins, and that defense is only allowing 19 points per game now. So Lions have turned a corner and seem to catch the Giants at the right time. But I was impressed.
They're starting to look more like the team I think we thought they were going to be at the start of the season. We had these expectations that they were going to be frisky and in games and just right around, like not quite there yet, but it looks like they're probably not quite there yet. But again, they're winning football games. I think they're going to be a problem for Buffalo on Thursday. I'll tell you that much. And then they're going to inject Jameson Williams into their offense soon. We'll see how that opens things up. But they're definitely trending in the right direction. I mean, you couldn't be much worse than their defense. It was an all-time bad defense in the first 6 weeks. So at least they're moving the right way there. But it looks like the voice is not lost in Dan Campbell yet. They're still rallying around him. So
yeah, I actually just placed a bet on the Lions to make the playoffs in the NFC. I'm just buying in. I think the defense has finally come to fruition and they're playing together and they're playing as how they should and they're implementing whatever system they're trying to implement in Detroit, and it's all coming together. And they have the talent on offense. The offense is there. If you look at that offense on paper, the O-line is great. They're getting Jameson Williams back for the X receiver. They can put Amon-Ra in the slot. He's going to get all his reps in the slot, all his catches. And then Swift, Jamal Williams, great running back duo.
I mean, and Williams is leading the league in touchdowns right now too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like that's the thing. Here's the Lions, another team. They need a quarterback because Goff isn't the guy. But
Goff can get it done. He's proven he can get it done.
Just like Jimmy G.
No, because Jimmy G's done it twice. Jimmy G's had 2 runs.
Goff's gone to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, exact same guy.
No.
Jimmy G, Goff, Tannehill, Kirk.
That's 32 general managers who they want. Jimmy G or Jared Goff, same price. 32 are going to say Jimmy G.
And I think you just named 4 quarterbacks there. And I think one of those 4 quarterbacks is going to be the quarterback of the Jets next year. So we'll see.
You're probably right. You're probably right. Giants, on the other hand, Saquon got stopped, and so did them winning. So
Wandale tore his ACL. That's too bad because he actually was having a pretty good game. I mean, they were throwing a lot from behind, but again, like they actually have no one catching passes right now. So we'll see. Everyone's saying, the decision's going to come down to whoever's going to win on Thursday between the Cowboys and the Giants. That just cannot possibly be where Odell's mind is at. I don't understand. I don't see how he looks at these two teams and thinks that the Giants can actually contend this year. They've been a good story. They're so just not there yet. And if it's really between those two teams, which it seems to be, I understand he'll be the undisputed one on the Giants. I don't know how much that helps them this year, and I don't know. I mean, it doesn't do much for him either. If he wants to win a Super Bowl, that's not the spot.
No,
And
not.
they could really use Kadarius Toney right now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Actually, no, he got hurt too.
Oh,
no.
We'll talk about that later.
But yeah, like Giants, it was a nice story. Tires are falling off. They still have a chance because that schedule still is pretty decent, but it's looking like it'll be between them and the Commanders really for one of those wild card spots. So they still got 2 more matchups left, but we'll move on to the next game. Another stinker of a game. Panthers 3, Ravens 13. I don't even know what to say. Like the Ravens, you won the game, great. Their offense is so hurt right now. It's just it is what it is. It seems like the Ravens and the Chargers have that connection.
yeah, I think the Ravens they got to get healthy and quickly because there's a lot of teams that are in the AFC that are going for that home field, and I think the Ravens are one of those teams that they really need home field because when they fall behind on the road, it's always tough. It's always tough with that offense. So just the way it's built to play ahead, and in the playoffs that doesn't always happen. So they really gotta try to keep winning games, get home field, get healthy. It sucks that all the receivers are basically done for the season. I mean, Bateman's out for the year. Duvernay's kind of trying to fill in that role, but yeah, and they could really use Hollywood too, but they had to trade him away.
Yeah, it truly is just tough sledding for the Panthers. And like the defense only allowed 3 points. Yeah, the Panthers fucking suck and think that Baker Mayfield, I think Sam Darnold just got confirmed that he's the starter for
Sam Darnold starting next week.
coming week. So I think that Ravens defense is looking better than it has. So I want to see what they're going to do going forward because if that defense is very, very good, I do like the Ravens when they hopefully get healthier for playoffs. But yeah, the Panthers, they're on their 3rd quarterback now. Sam Darnold's getting the shot at starting for them. Who cares? That's really...
We know how it's going to go.
Yeah. Only other note for the Panthers, Travion Roy, 330-pound defensive tackle with the pick on Lamar. Super impressive. I loved it. We'll move on, though. Next game up, the game that was moved from Buffalo because of 6 feet of snow. Browns 23, Bills 31. The Bills, they got a win, and they needed this win. It was not the way they've been winning games, but a win's a win. Buffalo needed this one.
Yeah, and they looked super beatable while they did it.
I mean, they got a garbage time touchdown to make it a 1-score game, and they had control the whole game. They took a little bit of responsibility out of Josh Allen's hands, which I think they need to do. And I mean, it was matchup based. Cleveland can't stop me and you on in the run game. So
not at all.
Again, when you're getting 80 yards from Cook and 80 yards from Singletary, it's you got to expect Josh Allen's happy about that one. I don't even think he had 200 yards passing in the game. I have to check. I think it was somewhere just around under there. But again, hey, did what he had to do. Don't waste your stuff. You have another big game this week, and they'll just continue getting healthier as well. They got into a stint there where they lost some bodies, and again, the Bills. You didn't want to peak too early either. This team has to be getting hot going into the playoffs because they couldn't stay hot for 17 games. It was impossible. So I think the adversity that they've kind of faced a bit so far has been good for them, and see where they go from here. But
yeah, like I think with that secondary, like too, because
did Trey White play?
No, he hasn't yet. So that's what I'm gonna. So once Trey White comes back, because the Browns kind of torched them through the air. The Bills completely stopped Chubb. He only had 1.4 yards per carry. He had 14 carries for 19 yards. Like that was, I don't know, that's the worst game I've ever seen Chubb play. Like going back to Georgia, but give credit to Jacoby because he kind of torched them through the air. Cooper had a hell of a game.
Yeah, I thought the Bills secondary really looked weak. It looked like a secondary that's going to get lit up by Kansas City in the playoffs. But even Baltimore, I don't like that matchup for Buffalo. I think Buffalo just looks like a beatable team. Josh Allen got off to a crazy hot start, and then it just kind of he went back to playing like Josh Allen does. So
I no, I you can't say he's going back playing like Josh Allen does. That Josh Allen was like dead in 2019. Like 2020, Josh Allen to now has been an elite quarterback.
Who
He
leads
got hurt and he's been playing bad ball, but he's still phenomenal.
Injuries only matter for the quarterbacks that look. Every quarterback goes through injuries, right?
Yeah.
Brady won a Super Bowl on a torn ACL. Pat Mahomes gets concussed, does the jelly legs, and comes in and he plays well, right?
Okay.
Pat Mahomes fights through injuries. Then we make excuses for quarterbacks who play injured but suck, like Baker Mayfield or Josh Allen. Now, his elbow. No, he was making bad throws. He was making bad decisions. It's not his elbow.
But like if Case Keenum plays for Josh Allen, they don't have a fucking chance. Like even in that Vikings game, if Case Keenum played for them last week, the Bills wouldn't have been in that game whatsoever. It would have been a Vikings rout. So
maybe they would have ran the ball more and then leave them that way.
That very, very doubtful. But yeah, and the Browns, they need to fire their defensive coordinator. Joe Woods is a moron. Like
yes.
Yeah. They got, I mean, we've been saying it, they've got too much talent on the defense to look that bad. Like, something's got to change. I don't know. The Browns, their season is dead. So let's see what Watson has when he comes back and then look forward to 2023 and seeing what the Predators can do. But yeah.
They screwed themselves.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about the Browns. Like,
I think no, they actually had it. Like they could have literally traded a 5th round pick for Jimmy Garoppolo, avoided all of this, avoided all the suspension, everything, gotten it. Okay, like we're rolling with Jimmy. He's got his year left or whatever. And then if it doesn't work out, you have all your draft picks to draft a quarterback, and save all your money and pay other people. But instead, they go for. Is Deshaun Watson really going to win a Super Bowl in Cleveland? I don't think so. I think this
hopefully
is all.
Not. Fuck them.
This is just. I just think this is all not worth it because they're not going to be the best team in the league. They're not going to be the best team in the division.
No.
So
again, we were talking about Jimmy G way too much, but I think if the Browns get him, they're not a Super Bowl. Like they might have made the playoffs, but they're like a wild card exit because that defense just fucking sucks.
I don't think Jacoby Brissett has held them hostage by any means this year. Like, and I'm not saying he's not been the issue. The issue is they can't stop anyone. The defense is atrocious.
I'm not saying Jimmy was the answer. I'm saying you could have just rolled with Jimmy, maybe gone for it this year, and then if not, you still have your 3 first-round draft picks to draft a quarterback.
Yeah,
look for an answer.
Yeah,
wasn't the right fit. I don't think they just need to make some personnel change. Like.
Yeah, it's a move that I think might haunt that franchise for a while, but we'll move on to the next game, another fucking terrible game. Raiders 22, Broncos 16. This game went to overtime. I bet the tie for the game. Disappointed it didn't happen. But yeah.
It's funny. I was going to say it's funny that you transitioned to this game. I was going to say, which contract is going to be worse in the next 5 years here? This one or the Watson or the Russ deal?
Oh, that one definitely is the worst one, but by a lot. That's the worst one I can remember. I can't think of a worse one. Maybe the Carson Wentz one.
No, this has to be the worst contract. in NFL history, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Broncos got absolutely fleeced, like
Oh man.
so badly.
What
But
if they hired Hackett?
yeah, he's probably gonna get fired after this like 1 year.
Does he make it to the end of the year?
Oh
They have to give him a full
no,
year.
it's
Like,
week 18. See ya. Thanks for coming.
yeah, man.
Parted ways.
But and I mean, fuck. Since we're already talking about the Broncos, they cut Melvin Gordon. He had his one last fumble for them, and then he's gone. Yeah, if you notice on Instagram, he posted him and the OJ Bronco leaving, signing out. But the Broncos, like this is a fucking disaster.
Oh yeah.
And
I don't know why. I think it's funny.
I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, I just think it's
I
funny.
mean, yeah,
I
being
think
a
it's really
AFC
funny.
West fan, yeah, you have two other teams that are just worse than yours currently, so you can.
Yeah, two absolute laughing stocks, and one of them had to win today. They couldn't tie for you. That's too
I
bad
will-
because
I will stand up for the Raiders though. I think
you can't.
next
What
year
are you
is
gonna
their
say
year.
about the Raiders, man?
Next year is their year. I just
Yeah,
miscalculated
because
they're-
what do you
they're
mean next
blowing
year's
it
their
all
year?
up.
I
They're
miscalculated my
financially
prediction by
locked
1
in.
year.
Sorry,
I miscalculated my Raiders prediction by 1 year.
Derek Carr's not even gonna be on the Raiders next year.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be like
Neither will Adams probably.
It's gonna be Jimmy Garoppolo.
They can't move Adams. How are they gonna move Adams?
I don't fucking know. They
Jimmy
need
Garoppolo's
to.
gonna play for 10 teams next year.
Yeah, fuck. And
Everyone's answer is Jimmy Garoppolo, eh? Okay.
yeah, and like the Raiders too. I mean, like I think if they could, they'd probably fire Josh McDaniels.
They can't. Yeah, I heard
That's
Mark Davis is broke. They're
Yeah, no,
starting to fund me
he's
for him.
cash poor.
That's
So
tough.
one
Just a
one
disaster.
one positive thing. Max Crosby had 2 sacks. He's fantastic. He's probably the only building piece on the defense.
Yeah. He's really good.
It's tough. We'll go
Chandler Jones also a disaster of a contract.
Trayvon
I think he has.
Mayrig,
Does he
right?
still have
Is he
half a
there?
sack?
What was that, true?
The Mayrig, the safety.
Yeah, and I mean like he's fine, but I
Not
don't-
moved.
Yeah.
He's good. He's good.
Okay.
but
Couple of years. Give him a couple of years.
Okay.
we'll move on to. I mean, I think this was the highest scoring game of the week.
One more thing. Sorry. Where's Josh Jacobs gonna go? Because the Raiders aren't re-signing him,
No, they can't. Yeah, he has to go somewhere.
but he's looked really damn good in this contract year. So
I don't know
Maybe he just
who's the
rolls-
running back. No one really. They're a dime a dozen.
yeah.
It's tough being a running back in today's NFL. Next game up though, Bengals 37, Steelers 30. Samaje Perine had 3 touchdowns. Who the fuck saw that coming?
Stesky's lock of the week was Pirine anytime touchdown, 15-1.
That's nuts. But yeah, you can't give up 30 to the Steelers though. Like, come on.
Oh, that's another beatable team right there.
I'll let you two go first. I'll chime in later.
I think the Bengals have a high power offense. And whenever they play just unprepared, disorganized defenses, which for some reason the Steelers were just so off last week or this week. It was crazy. T. Higgins was wide open literally every single time Joe Burrow threw him the ball.
It's because
I
they don't
don't
have a
know.
corner on that team.
Yeah, but at least double him. I don't know what was going on.
Yeah.
Maybe Mike Tomlin wants that high draft pick and make up for the Kenny Pickett disaster, but we'll talk about that another day. But I don't know.
I don't think Pickett's that bad.
He's a young quarterback right now. I just don't see enough from him. Like he is trying to win the game though, but I just don't think it's enough. I just don't think him willing it and being a rah type of quarterback, like he's for the guys.
Look,
But that's not going to win you football games.
we talk so much shit about Mac Jones not having arm talent, but he has way more arm talent than Kenny Pickett.
I
Like
wouldn't
Kenny
say
Pickett
way
is-
more, but
Kenny Pickett is throwing. He throws it to the end zone with absolutely no touch, way over Deontay Johnson's head when he's wide open with 30 yards. Like it's like he doesn't even throw with mechanics right now.
He hit an absolute dot to George Pickens. I don't know what he was looking at there in the last 2 minutes. I know they scored anyways, but George Pickens is really damn good.
Great, yeah.
He's nasty. I love him so much. But yeah, I mean, like, just going back to the Bengals, that offense is looking good right now. They're getting Chase back, I think, maybe this week, potentially. But yeah, that like the Steelers have not been good on offense the entire year, and now you got the run game's kind of getting going. As soon as they say, hey Najee, we're going to give Jalen Warren some more touches. He's had back-to-back good games. Again, like, I like the Steelers, like, young weapons on this team. Like, I like Najee. Jalen Warren's a pretty good back. Pickens, Pat Freiermuth, like, they got guys for an. Hopefully Pickett is their guy, because that sucks to just waste a first-round pick. I don't think he's going to be, but that's just another team that they need offensive linemen, because it's also ridiculously bad.
Yeah. The Bengals do have a good defensive line. I'll give them credit. They just the corners are going to cost them.
Yeah, the corners are complete ass.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of surprised the way the game went. Like, I don't know. I thought the Steelers would get more pressure on the Bengals and cause Burrow a little more issues. I mean, still threw a couple picks there, but again, like, other than that, he really was stepped up and played a pretty solid interdivisional road game. Like, without Jamar Chase, can't just dismiss that. He's playing really good football right now, and hopefully he can keep it up against a ferocious front seven. And we'll get to the picks later, but
all right. One more game before we get to the lovely Sunday night football game, but we have Cowboys 40, Vikings 3. Just an absolute shit kicking. Like, everything that could have went wrong for the Vikings absolutely did. And yeah, fuck, if we want to talk about bad contracts, that Ezekiel Elliott contract looks worse and worse by the day. Tony Pollard is so much better right now.
Tony Pollard is better at what he does right now, but he doesn't do what Zeke does. They need Zeke and Pollard.
Zeke is just fat and runs for 5 yards and gets tackled and poaches touchdowns.
I don't think Pollard can be a 3-down, 25 touch a game guy, though. I think he's more efficient when he's getting 15 touches, 20 touches, but I don't think he can be a workhorse 3-down back. Like,
I don't think he can be a workhorse, but I also don't think that Zeke is, I don't know, like, what? He's getting paid $15 million?
I think they can cut him this offseason.
I think so too, but like,
I don't think the contract was that bad. I mean, he gave him a couple of years where he ran for 1,000 yards. Now he's like, yeah, he's not. It's not what he was, but he's still a productive back at what he does. He's like the Mark Ingram when they had Kamara, and then Pollard's doing it all with. Like,
you'll see, he's staying fresh. I think he's going to be a lot more useful in the playoffs than a lot of people think.
Like, again, like, Zeke is still, he's fine, but when you're paying a running back that amount of money and he's not even like your clear number one guy now.
No, of course.
It sucks. Like, and that's, I mean, the Cowboys really haven't, like, no, they kind of had, but like, they traded Amari Cooper away for a 5th because of that Zeke contract. They couldn't keep guys that they wanted to. I mean, it's working out for them now because they've rebuilt that defense so fast and the offense is looking good. But like, this Cowboys team, I was completely wrong about going into the year. They're definitely contenders.
And Tyron Smith's coming back soon.
I just think the Cowboys really need to avoid certain matchups in the playoffs because if they play the Niners, they're good. They're not going to win. And
also, Vegas absolutely just put this game on a platter for you. I don't know, after you watched the Vikings beating the Bills and then the week before where you lose to the Packers there. It's just got to look out for those things when they make the Cowboys a road favorite. Just begging you to take the home underdog there, and it was over. Like you said, the game was over from kickoff.
Yeah, and this is why people have been calling the Vikings frauds for.
Yeah, there it is. Here's your fraud game. Absolutely.
Like they're 8-2 right now, right?
Yeah.
They're the worst 8-2 team point differential wise in NFL history currently.
Yeah, the Jags have better point differential than them.
Yes, which fucking hilarious. But yeah, Kirk Cousins played like unbelievably bad. It was just bad.
You
The
guys think the
Vikings,
Cowboys defense is good? You'll
Yeah,
see
I think
something
we'll
on
see a little more
Thursday.
of that type of Vikings team this week, unfortunately. Let's see though.
yeah. Okay, before we get to the final game, my wings are finally done, so I'm going to take them out of the oven. And last but not least, Sunday Night Football. Chiefs 30, Chargers 27. The Chiefs did win the game, so let's talk about them first. The Chiefs are fucking scary. And they found a running back. Isaiah Pacheco looks fantastic for them right now.
He runs violently. He's shifty. He's powerful. He takes people with him. Did get absolutely folded in a pass block by Derwin James, but no, he looks really good, and it's probably their best like running style running back they've had since Kareem Hunt. So,
got anything, Chew?
I think the Chiefs are doing a little. They're riding a little wave right now. I don't think it's going to be that easy in the playoffs, and it never is. There are holes on their team that should expose themselves come January or February because they are good enough to make it to the Super Bowl.
What are these holes? Just so we're
The holes,
being clear.
well, the wide receivers. I mean, if you have good DBs, they'll be able to put something up to make Mahomes have to wait. And then if you have a good pass rush, Mahomes is gonna look maybe like he did in the Super Bowl.
See,
So
I disagree with the wide receiver part. I just think that they need to get healthy. I mean, if we're also including Travis Kelce in this,
yes,
it's a big
for
part of
sure.
that
You have
passing
to.
game. But I think Juju has been great. He's banged up. I think he might play this weekend, which would be great. But get Juju back. MVS has been solid. I mean, they got Sky Moore involved. Finally, he looked decent. It's there. And plus, if they have a running game that the defenses have to focus on, that just opens up the passing game more. Because this Chiefs offense now isn't solely relying on Pat Mahomes to make those passes constantly. And that's why, I don't know, I'm more worried about this Chiefs team than I have been for the last couple years anyways.
I think the thing with Andy Reid, why he hasn't had as much success in the playoffs, this is just one thing is that he's always a coach where it's really important that you have a good game plan to stop it. Because if you just go in there, play your typical defense, like, oh, we've been doing this, we're gonna roll in with this, he's just gonna expose that. He knows exactly what you're gonna do. You're gonna have to change it up. So that's why when you come to January, February, it's like, okay, we really have to like focus, like what are we gonna do this time? You know? And then if a defense is able to do that, and then the defense, there's another part of their holes is the corners are really young. So what if a team like Miami goes in there with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle against those
That would be an
corners, and
absolute
then the
shootout.
defense actually has a plan? I could see the Chiefs going down.
I mean, that's the thing. We can talk about hypotheticals and who can beat who. It won't matter till actual playoffs time.
it's a matchup. It's going to come down to matchups at the end of the day. I think even me, I was just lost in the moment just watching that game, giving them all their praise. The Chiefs are still garbage. I think yeah, no, I had some days to sleep on it. I was just kind of in shock as to what happened, but again, this just happens every time. Mahomes is going to make that mistake. He's going to do it.
Just
For whatever reason against the Chargers, he doesn't make that mistake. He doesn't do it. I don't even want to talk about the last drive.
Well, we're going to, so
we're going to in a bit, but I'm not moved. I don't care that they missed some receivers. Big deal. The Chargers simply blew it. They always blow it. I'm not going to really credit the Chiefs for winning that game. Again, the Chargers shot themselves in the foot, and it is where it is. Buffalo, Miami, Bengals. Ravens all can beat this team in the playoffs. Not moved. Mahomes is a bum. It is what it is.
That's all such slander on your part. I get it. You're salty. You're upset. Before we talk about the Chargers, I'm just going to start. So again, when the draft was rolling around, I liked Herbert as a talent. You guys had his ceiling much higher than mine, especially Chew. He was your number one quarterback. I thought Lions, Matt Stafford, maybe Jay Cutler. I'm liking that comparison right now. I don't think that Herbert's ever going to take that jump. He does not have that. I don't know. He just doesn't have the energy. I don't think he gets the boys going.
Yeah, you didn't get them going when they took the lead with under 2 minutes left. They didn't get them going there.
Well, I don't know, because then he had 30 seconds left to go 30 yards to tie the game with 3 timeouts.
Did you watch the first play?
And then his O-line lost the snap.
Did you see what the O-line did on that play?
Did you not?
He had 1 second to throw that ball. I'm not gonna give him an excuse for the interception. That was a stupid play. You throw the ball away. You didn't have to huck it up.
Better. It doesn't matter. He just needs to be better. Okay. And I'm not anointing him as this next great elite quarterback.
He hasn't played a game with his full offense yet.
I'm still talking about like his entire career.
I just have a question.
Nothing other than he has flashy passes. He looks fantastic. He's a fantastic talent. He's not.
I just have a question.
Not there yet. That's all.
What would Justin Herbert look like if he played for the Chiefs? That's all I'm going to say.
Worse than Mahomes?
No.
We would look
exact same.
No, it would not. Personally. Not even close.
Personally.
Whatever. Like that's the thing. Like the Chargers, this is another game where Spillz, you said it. They blew it.
They can't string all 3 phases of the game together. One game, it's the defense. Last week they played great defense. They couldn't score freaking 16 points. I understand you have no one playing wide receiver, but it's the second half. The adjustments, the coaching is such a problem right now. They don't make any second half adjustments. They don't. They scored 7 points in the second half, and it came with 2 minutes left in the game.
At some points, we just have to think about the coaches. Sometimes we just think who's going to come in with a better game plan, Andy Reid or Brandon Staley, and the answer is always Andy Reid, and that's why the Chiefs win. It's like when Sean Payton coaches against Bruce Arians. Sean Payton always destroys the Bucs. Doesn't matter.
So that's how you're going to look at the Chargers matchups for the rest of the year. And I'm going to tell you who they're going to beat and who they're going to lose just on the coaches. They play the Cardinals next week. They're going to win because Cliff Kingsbury is about as stupid as us 3. They're going to beat the Raiders. Josh McDaniels, bozo. When they play the Titans are going to obliterate them. You think Brandon Staley's going to have a plan for Mike Vrabel? Are you nuts? The Dolphins are going to obliterate the Chargers. And it's not going to be because of Tua Herbert. It's going to be because Mike McDaniel's going to dice the shit up out of Staley. They'll beat the Colts. They'll beat the Broncos. They'll probably maybe still make the playoffs as a wild card team.
Do you think Matt Patricia would?
But when it comes to a coaching matchup that is not favorable for them, they don't stand a chance. And you look at the teams they've lost this year. I'm not saying Doug Peterson's a phenomenal coach. He's a lot smarter than Staley.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll is a good damn coach. They got trounced in that game. It really just comes down to the coaching at this point. And I mean, I've kind of lost whatever. It is where it is. They're going to do what they do. If they make the playoffs, I really hope they don't keep Staley anyways. This team is way too talented and they need Sean Payton wants to come here. Get Sean Payton. Let's go. It's go time. I think that could be the difference. You had Anthony Lynn in a butchered year with Herbert. Then you get him a defensive guy. Like, I don't know, get Tua has his offensive guy. Mahomes has his offensive guy. Hurts, like, these guys have their offensive mind guys. Like, get me an offensive mind guy. I don't want to sound like I'm crying for help here. I'm not. But it's just unbelievable. Like, people don't watch the games every week and see what's happening. Like, Herbert makes fucked throws, like you say. He does.
Of course he does. So does Jay Cutler.
It's like, what are you talking about?
Jay Cutler had a fucking Jay Cutler is insanely talented. He's just a lazy
Who's
piece of
making
shit.
that 3rd and 18 dime?
Doesn't matter.
What do you mean doesn't matter?
When did Jay Cutler throw like what's Justin Herbert's stats last year? Like, okay, it was a different era actually. I'll have to retract that. Jay
Yeah.
Cutler played in a different era. I will retract.
Like that's the
that.
thing. Like
But
Herbert's
Jay
like
Cutler never got to Herbert level. Never once. Never once in his career.
like Jay Cutler is just a gunslinger. Like that's kind of what Herbert is at this point.
No, Jay Cutler is Josh Allen.
No, because Cutler can't run. Josh Allen can run.
That is a disgusting comparison, Chew.
Jay Cutler with wheels.
Okay, anyways, I don't know where it is. I don't know what the answer is. They'll probably be in a 1-score game next week. They'll probably be in a 1-score game the week after. And again, if they make the playoffs and they play the Chiefs, they'll probably be leading the game with a minute and a half left, and they'll find a way to lose the game. That's just what's going to happen with these teams. So
is what it is. I mean, it's been a tough season for the Chargers. Like I
still think at full health they beat anyone at full health. I don't care.
I'd still think that Brandon Staley would lose you guys most games against.
I agree, Wellesley.
But that guy's a moron. That does it for the Week 11 recap, though. We'll go right into the pick'em. So this is going to be a little bit different. We got 3 people here, so there are enough games because there's no one on bye weeks this week. So we can pick from all of them still. So as always, loser donates. I guess we're going to have 2 losers now, so we'll do $10 each. Donates to the Door Youth Center here in Ottawa. So as always for the pick'em, we need a favorite, we need a dog, we need an over, we need an under, and we need a money line dog. Since I have 2 guests this week, I'm thinking of a number in my head between 1 and 5. Spills, what's the number?
2.
No, Chew.
3.
Yeah, that's it. So
it's really between 1 and 5, eh?
No.
Damn, that's good.
Chew, what pick do you want? Since we're actually going to do a snake draft now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 1.
1. All right, Spills, you taking 2 or 3?
3.
3. Okay, perfect. I got 2. All right, Chew, you are on the board. Where are we going?
I'm gonna take Lions plus 10. For my spread.
Lions plus 10.
Or is it 9.5? It's 9.5.
I think it's 9.5.
9, okay.
9.5 or 10. I'll take either.
Yeah. I think 9.5 is going on the graphic, but yeah, I really like that game too. That seems like the Lions just play close games. So
Tom, I need that stat that you told me. What was it again?
Oh yeah, I saw someone on BetMGM tweeted this morning just a note about home underdogs and how they've done against the spread this year, and I think home underdogs over 7 points are 6-0 against the spread. So
damn,
good trend pick there as well.
I also think the Lions defense is they're playing good ball right now, and it's impressive. So I hope they don't take a step back. I mean, it's Thanksgiving in front of their home crowd. So they're gonna be really hyped up. Buffalo's not playing their best football right now. I think the secondary could get a little exposed against Amon-Ra St. Brown, and if they get enough time to protect against Von Miller. I mean, I could see the Lions putting up 24, Bills 21, little like upset alert.
I mean, then you should have taken them as your money line dog then, but
like I'm not that confident in the money line aspect.
No, of course not. Okay, so I'm up next, and I'm going to take my money line dog, and I'm going to take the Steelers Monday Night Football over the Colts. That's really that's just, I don't know. There's not a lot of money line dogs that I really like. I think the Steelers have been playing better football lately. I think the Colts are still kind of the Colts. It'll come down to defense probably, but I'll take the Steelers money line. Why not?
Yeah, I
All right.
agree. I do think the Colts are we're riding a little high with the Saturday higher, and then now they're gonna come back down to earth a little bit. And
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't mind the
Steelers
pick.
off a loss are always pretty good. They beat the Bucks
Yeah.
off a loss. So
It's true.
The Panthers also beat the Bucks.
Yep.
that's true.
Spills, where are we going?
Easiest pick of the week. I'm gonna take my money line dog, get it out of the way. The Tennessee Titans are home underdogs against the Bengals.
Yeah.
I think the Titans are gonna beat them by over 10 points. Just an absolute rout. Um, Again, I was kind of talking about it before. I think it's gonna look a lot like the playoff game, except I don't have that much faith in the Bengals defense right now. I'm seeing something more like I think Titans can drop a 30 piece here. Could
Well,
be 30,
yeah.
30, 31, 20, somewhere around there.
As long as
Um,
Tannehill doesn't throw 3 picks again, I think that the Titans should have a really good chance in this
and
game.
again, it does come down to that. Like, is he going to
Yeah.
be efficient? I'm going to think he's going to be pretty efficient because if Kenny Pickett looked uh like a 30-point player last week, like again, it's the entire offense there, but
Yeah.
I just like the emergence of Traylon Burks right now. I think they're catching stride. They've covered 7 straight games. They're just not getting the respect from the odds makers. I don't know what it is. I fell victim of it last week too. I thought the Packers were going to take care of them and
Yeah.
just oblivious. And again, Bengals. They'll have their matchups. They will win some games that um this is not a good matchup for them. It's not a good spot. And I'm going Titans with the rest as well from the Thursday night game. So
All right.
easy pick for me. Easy pick.
And you are back up again. So
Yeah, I was kind of raving about the Patriots and how they're gonna take care of the Vikings. But I'm not gonna do that just because Chew said some outrageous stuff today. So now I'm kind of hoping the Vikings win.
mhm.
But what I will do is the Vikings are not going to move the ball on this defense. The Patriots can't move the ball on anyone. So under 42.5, give me that all day. Could be a 16-13 game. I don't know, somewhere around there. I don't expect much to happen here. Under 42.5 looks pretty good to me.
I like
Yeah.
that.
I mean, yeah, because you get Kirk and the bright lights, primetime football. The Pats do have a good defense. Like it should be low scoring. I like the pick. Okay, let me see now. Yeah, this is a lot harder now, but I'm gonna go with my over, and I'm gonna take over 43.5 Bucks Browns. So this is a game. I don't know. I like what the Browns offense has been doing relative. I don't know. I think that can the Browns score 17, 20 points? Probably, maybe. I don't know. I think the Bucks offense is good around. I think that this is the week where we finally see that offense what it should have been the entire year. Godwin back, completely healthy. Mike Evans, if he stops dropping the ball. Julio, they got Rashad White more involved now. I think the Bucks are going to score a lot of points in this game, so I'll take the over in that one.
Yeah, I was just about to take that one. So
There we go.
all
All
right.
right, Chew, well, you're back up, back-to-back picks.
So the other game I was looking at, I'm just gonna go over Bears Jets 39.5. I
Yep.
think there's no way the Jets don't have a little bit of a rebound after what just happened. No matter who's at quarterback, they're gonna do a little bit better than what Zach Wilson did. And then the Bears, I know Fields might not play, but the Jets defense, I mean, they can't play that great 2 weeks in a row. I mean, if they do, then they're proven. They're definitely a top 5 defense, but I don't think it'll happen. So I'll just take the over. It's a
No.
low number. I think it should hit.
Yeah.
Bears overs have been in like an absolute lock the last 5 weeks. Like they traded away their guys. Their defense can't stop anyone, and their offense has just been doing their part as well. So I definitely like the pick, and that was on my radar as well.
Yeah. So this is a game where this Bears defense fucking sucks. Zach Wilson needs to show something to save his job if he still does have his job at this point, because we do not know.
If the Jets can't score 20 points this week, I think Zach Fields should just be cut.
Yeah.
No, like I'm dead serious. They're like why even? What are you waiting for?
He's bad. Like he doesn't even I don't know. Like he doesn't deserve another chance anywhere. He's just that bad of a quarterback. But we'll keep it rolling. Chew, you got your fave, you got your under, and your money line dog left. Which way you going now?
I'll
And your favorite?
I gotta go with the Chargers -4.5. If it's
I
not,
like that one too.
Yeah,
You'll be surprised.
I just think it's bound to happen. It's bound for a Chargers just it comes together for one game against a shitty defense, and they win the game by a lot of points.
No comment there. They are the definition of a field goal team. Someone's going to win or lose by 3 points. So, good luck. I mean, I hope they cover the spread, and then, I mean, I won't feel good about it because the Cardinals, but it's a must-win game.
Yeah, the Chargers have to win that game. I don't know if there's a possibility of Kyler and Hollywood coming back for that game against them, but I like the over in that game too, so I'm pissed that you kind of took that one. Actually, no, I have my over already, but I did like the over in that game. I'm back up though, and I'm going to go with my dog, and I'm going to take the Packers +7 against the Eagles. Not a game that I like taking, but the Eagles have been relatively, I don't know, like they've been okay the last few weeks. They did stop the run versus the Colts. I don't know if that was just a fluke or not, because that Colts offensive line isn't very good. If the Packers, they have a chance to probably run the ball all over them. So it's a lot of points. I'm not happy about it, but I'll take Packers +7.
Okay. Yeah. The Eagles are going to be in more close games now. So I definitely think, again, that line's probably just a bit of an overreaction from the Packers just blowing it at home. I think we'll probably be able to keep it close, though. So I like that pick as well. And again, usually primetime games for the most part, the taking the points is usually the right side. So that is a Sunday night game, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Okay, my over pick. Surprised no one even looked at this side. Although this stat's been going on, with the double-digit favorites, how the under is hitting at an alarming rate. I don't give a shit. 46.5 in the Dolphins and Texans. I think the Dolphins can hit that on their own. Yeah. I'm not going to really put too much into it. The Dolphins should score over 35 points. Can the Texans get 13 against the Dolphins? You'd think.
Maybe.
13 points.
Yeah.
Come on. Dolphins are scoring 5 touchdowns in that game. That's an easy over for me.
I was debating the under for that game, so
then you'd be following that trend, and
yeah,
you'll probably be right, because whenever I think something's easy, the opposite happens. So the Bengals are going to blow out the Titans, and this game's going to be 10-3. Yeah.
All right.
I have an under, I have a dog, I have an under, I have an over. So I need what a favorite and then a spread underdog.
Yeah.
The Raiders are just dog water. Seahawks -3.5. They had their bye week. Seahawks are going to absolutely stomp on the Raiders. I'm not going to talk about it too much more.
I was just about to take Raiders money line.
Right, well, I'm saving you a pick there, so forget the Raiders money line. The Raiders did everything they could to lose to the Broncos, and then just in a disastrous sequence of events and clock management got them the ball back. And you haven't really seen the Broncos break in passing coverage all season, and then they just collapsed on 2 plays and they lost the game. And they really lost the game in the span of a minute and a half.
Yeah.
That's all was to it. The Raiders are horrible. Do not waste your time or money on them. It's not worth it. The Seahawks are gonna roll. Yeah.
Is it me or Jason?
I'm last now, so yeah, go. That's my 2 picks back to back.
Games. I'm going to go under 41.5 Atlanta, Washington. We haven't taken from that game yet, have we?
Nope, that's good.
Perfect. Okay. So, yeah, I just think, I don't know, like this Falcons offense isn't very good. They're losing Kyle Pitts. He wasn't involved much anyways, but this is like a good Commanders defense. They're not going to score many points regardless, but I don't know, under 41.5, that sounds doable, of course.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Like, again, Chase Young's coming back too. We'll see. That should help get the defense jump started there. And then I'm not necessarily high on the Commanders. Like, I understand they have all their pieces on offense, like we spoke about, but they're never going to be a high-powered offense. I could definitely see them as being like a 20-17 game or somewhere in that like neighborhood. Yeah. You're cutting it close, but I'm not against that pick by any means.
Yep. All right, Chew, you got your last 2 picks here. You need your under and you need your money line dog.
Yeah. So for my money line dog,
I think there's only one team available that you can really take.
It's the only team that I can pick.
I'm going to write it down before you say anything.
It's Giants money line.
Oh, that was not where I was going to go. Wow.
That was not where I was going to go either.
I was going to say Panthers.
Yeah.
Oh, nope. No.
Well, hey, Giants versus the Cowboys. I mean, fuck it, why not? But
no, okay, this is why. Okay, how do you beat the Cowboys? You run the football down the middle. And that's all the Giants can do. They have Saquon to go do it. And on defense, I think the Giants has all the tools they need to at least make Dak look ordinary. He's not going to play that great 2 weeks in a row. Dak Prescott is who everyone thinks Jimmy G is.
So I'm kind of pissed that you took this game because I had this one lined up and cooked for my spread dog. Giants are definitely going to cover this game. It's just a huge overreaction from the Cowboys blowout and the Giants getting blown out finally. The divisional matchup, this game's going to be inside that number 100%. And again, are they going to upset them? We'll see. That'd be very
no.
I don't think that's going to happen, but this game is going to be inside 9.5 points. That's way too many points.
I personally, I just saw a team like the Giants that are probably worse than the Giants, beat the Cowboys. This is the Packers. The Packers don't have any receivers. They just ran the ball. That's how you win. And that's what the Giants have been doing, and that's how they've been winning. So that's why I just think that they have a chance at winning. I can see a path for them winning. Are they going to win? I don't know, but I think they have a better chance than the Panthers do.
There is a big difference though in quarterback play between those two teams. So
sure. Between us, Connor, if that one comes through, I'll give you an extra point for the pick 'em. If it comes down to it for the donation, I'll give you an extra point if that one comes through.
There you go. Hey, Chew, you just need your under left now.
Okay. Now what games are still available? Is there only one game available?
Ravens, Jags, Broncos, Panthers, Niners, Saints, Chiefs, Rams.
Yeah, give me Ravens, Jags. I like that one. 43.5. Yeah.
What's it at?
43.5. Well, that's what I have. It might be at like 44.
Yeah. God damn it. I wanted that for my favorite. That would have been perfect.
Uh,
Uh,
yeah, I'll take the under on that one. I just
yeah.
I see the Ravens putting up like 20 points and the Jags putting up less than that.
Great analysis.
Yeah. Like that's the thing. Like, I mean, like, yeah, that Ravens D, let's see what they can do because
Yeah.
the Jags offense has looked like very good at some point. So yeah, fuck. I really like that game for my favorite. So now I have to readjust here.
Gonna have to take one of the big boys. The
Yeah.
two monster spreads, yeah.
So what games are so we
Chiefs,
got
Rams is
Broncos, which I'm
untouched.
not taking. Chiefs 14 and
So many points. And then the Niners and the Saints.
like I think like I actually don't mind the Niners and the Chiefs, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Niners for the sole reason that I think the Chiefs are gonna rest their starters in the second half. So the Rams might get back in the game a little bit and backdoor cover. So yeah, I'm gonna go Niners -9 over the Saints. The Saints fucking suck. The Niners are rolling. Let's fucking yeah. Like I guess let's go.
That's the one I would have taken. I think them at home
Yeah.
That's
too.
the correct pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now I'm stuck picking between honestly, I think I would have taken the under 35 in the Broncos and Panthers. Like I don't see how that game even gets to 2017. There's just no way. It really might finish a 6-3 game.
Oh yeah.
I'm being totally honest. So for that reason, again, the Chiefs, yeah, they could rest people. I would have to look at the exact picture right now. They're the sole 1 seed, right? At 8-2.
Yes. Yeah. They are.
No, they're gonna.
I mean,
absolutely. No, and even if Stafford plays, like, oh my God, they're gonna piss on the Rams.
Are you debating Rams money line?
No. I have to.
he
pick
wants
the-
Rams's. I mean, it's Rams.
I want to take the Rams plus 14.5 because I just can't take the Panthers. Sam Darnold playing against the Broncos. I'm taking the Rams. I'm taking the Rams plus 14.5. I don't know how they're going to do it. That's just in the NFL too many points. I'll take the biggest spread of the week.
Yeah.
They really could win by
Stafford's
30.
playing, but
They can absolutely win that game 31-3. But here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rams got to cover. So we'll see.
Okay.
The Broncos and Panthers don't deserve to be on a card.
No, honestly, yeah. Fuck both those teams. They're so bad. But yeah, thank you guys for both coming on. That'll do it for the recap and the pick'em. You both obviously think that both your teams are going to be in the playoffs come.
No, I did a simulation. I don't have them in. I went through the rest of the games. They're going to be on the outside looking in.
Wow.
the
That's
Chargers.
tough.
Yeah, like if you look at I told you, I said just look at the coaching matchup. So they're right now 5-5. I don't think their tiebreakers aren't good right now. I don't think 9-8 is going to get them in. They have to get to 10-7, which means they can only lose 2 games. So, schedule. I should know this off the top of my head, but that's the other game. Okay, so Cardinals, you can't lose. Raiders, you can't lose. I understand it's in Vegas and it's a divisional game. You can't lose to those morons.
That puts you at 7-5.
The Dolphins are going to beat them.
7-6.
I don't see what they could possibly do to stop Waddle and Hill. They just got absolutely rinsed by Travis Kelce, and that's it.
Hey, and also Justin Watson. Can't forget about him.
Guy Moore going crazy. All these guys, it was just sickening. The Titans are absolutely going to obliterate them.
Yeah.
So now you're 7-7. Are they going to run the table against the Colts, the Rams, and the Broncos? They have to.
Mm-hmm.
They can beat the Colts. It's not a good matchup, but they can beat the Colts. they have to beat the Rams. Again, not a great matchup, but I think they can beat the Rams. I'm not gonna go out here and say that Sean McVay's I don't know where you guys are at with Sean McVay. I think he's a mid coach. He's just a bit above mid coach.
Just his offense is just not talented at all, other than Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, I don't think like he's not like a game changing coach that I'm like scared of. Neither is Jeff Saturday, and then obviously Nathaniel Hackett. Although the Chargers always like to have absolute stinkers at Mile High, they can't afford it in a must-win game. So they can be 10-7, and then they'll wiggle into the playoffs, and then they'll play the Titans or the Bills or whoever wins the AFC North. If they play I don't know. Honestly, if they get those are the only two teams I really don't want to play: the Bills and the Titans. The Titans will kill them regardless every single time.
Well, you probably won't have to worry about playing both of those teams if Herbert keeps throwing interceptions in the fourth quarter. So that's one thing. Chew, you obviously
that was fun, eh?
Yeah.
Honestly, F you. They're gonna run the fucking table, and we're gonna absolutely piss on your ass in December 11th. Book it.
That's the fire.
Book it, man.
Book it. Like, Chew, you obviously think the Pats are making the playoffs. No ifs, ands, or buts.
I mean, the goal is the division title.
Yeah, that's not happening.
If playoffs just happens, we're New England.
You better hope Tyreek Hill doesn't pull his hamstring, man, so you start looking like last year. You and your MVP quarterback. What a sick joke. You guys have had no freaking injuries on offense.
Don't need
Can't wait for Tyreek Hill to just go down, and you guys are gonna look like dog shit again.
All good.
Sick team you have there, bud.
Thank you. We do have a fucking sick team. You're welcome.
Great team.
Yeah. Chargers can never. All right, that's gonna do it. We fucking ran so long with this, but thanks you guys. Oh my god, thanks again for coming on though. Really appreciate it.
No worries. Go Bolts.
All right, see you boys.
See ya.
Well, that'll do it for another episode of the Cover Zero podcast. That was fun. That was also a really long episode. I just finished recording that now. Almost went for 2 hours. Lots of fun, though. Always fun to get Spillz riled up about the Chargers. Next week, I will be on location in Antigua. Don't know how much. Oh my god, don't know how many of the games I'm going to be able to watch on Sunday because I will be traveling. But next week, it might just be a pick'em episode, and I'm going to have my dad on to do those picks, so that should be fun. But until next week, please like, share, subscribe, retweet, all that fun stuff. And until next time, peace.